Hello everyone! Welcome to Teacher Hanji's channel. For today's tutorial, our lesson is about law of cosine. Remember in my previous lesson, we have there the law of sine, in which law of sine and law of cosines are used to find the missing length of the given oblique triangles. And an oblique triangles are triangles that has no right angle. It can be an acute triangle or an obtuse triangle. This time, we will use the law of cosine to find the missing length or the missing measure of the given angles of an oblique triangle. This time, let's begin. Remember that an oblique triangle has four cases. And these are, first, given the two angles and one side. Case number 2, we have given two sides and an angle opposite to them. Case 3, given the two sides and the included angle. And case 4, given the three sides. In my previous lesson, which is about law of sine, the first case and the second case can be solved using the law of sine. Please refer to the video link on the description box for you to have the law of sine. This time, case 3 and case 4 were solved using the law of cosine. So let's start first with case number 3. If two sides and the included angle of one triangle are known, the length of the third side can be determined using the law of cosine. In any triangle ABC with A, B, and C as its sides, and A, B, C as its angle, then A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2BC cosine A. B square is equal to A square plus C square minus 2AC cosine B. And C square is equal to A square plus B square minus 2AB cosine C. Let's start first if we are asked to find the length of side A. If length of side A is missing, then the length of side B and side C should be known, as well as the measure of angle A. We can easily find the measure of side A using this equation, such that A is equal to square root of B square plus C square minus 2BC cosine A. Same if we are asked to find the length of side B. So here, the length of side A, length of side C, and the measure of angle B should be known. With that, we can find the length of side B using this equation such that B is equal to square root of A square plus C square minus 2AC cosine B. This time, what if the length of side C is missing? With that, the length of side A, length of side B, and the measure of angle C should be known, so that the length of side C can be solved using this equation. C is equal to square root of A square plus B square minus 2AB cosine C. Please remember this as we solve the following example. In triangle ABC, B is equal to 8, C is equal to 7, and measure of angle A is equal to 45 degrees. Let us solve for the length of side A. Since we are asked to find the length of side A, then our equation will be A square is equal to B square plus C square minus 2BC cosine A, in which the length of side B, length of side C, and the measure of angle A are known. Or, we can solve the length of side A using this equation. A is equal to square root of B square plus C square minus 2BC cosine A. Let us substitute the length of side B, length of side C, and measure of angle A here. Therefore, we will have A is equal to square root of A square plus 7 square minus 2 times 8 times 7 cosine 45. Let us evaluate the radicands. Therefore, we will have square root of 64 plus 49 minus 112 times 0.7071 and so on. This is for the value of cosine 45. Let us add, subtract, and multiply. Therefore, we will have A is equal to square root of 33.8. Square root of 33.8 is equal to 5.81 in nearest hundreds. Therefore, the length of side A is equal to 5.81 units. Now, what if you are asked to use scientific calculator? In scientific calculator, you may have this expression. Press square root and then the radicals here, which is 8 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 times 8 times 7 cosine 45. Don't forget to write the closed parentheses for us to get the final answer. Therefore, we will obtain 5.81412 and so on. It means it is also equal to 5.81 in nearest hundreds. Let us have example number 2. In triangle ABC again, A is equal to 12, C is equal to 12, and measure of angle B is equal to 80 degrees. Let us solve for the length of side B. This time, the length of side B is missing, then let us use the equation B square is equal to A square plus C square minus 2AC cosine B. Since the length of side A, the length of side C, and the measure of angle B here are known. And to easily solve for the length of side B, let us use this equation. B is equal to square root of A square plus C square minus 2AC cosine B. Let us substitute the length of side A, length of side C, and measure of angle B here. Therefore, we will have B is equal to square root of 12 square plus 12 square minus 2 times 12 times 12 cosine 80. And evaluate this radicand, we will have square root of 144 plus 144 minus 288 from this 3 times 0.1736 and so on for the value of cosine 80. Then, we will have B is equal to square root of 238. And square root of 238 using your scientific calculator is equal to 15.43 in nearest hundreds. Therefore, the length of side B is equal to 15.43 units. This time, let us try to use your scientific calculator. Just press this expression. Just press here square root 12 squared plus 12 squared minus 2 times 12 times 12 cosine 80. Again, write the closed parentheses to the end of our cosine 80 here to obtain the final answer. Therefore, we will have 15.42690 and so on, which means it is the same with what we had a while ago, in which B is equal to 15.43. So that's it for the case number 3. This time, let us solve the case number 4 using the law of cosine, given the 3 sides. If 3 sides are known, then we can also apply the law of cosine to find the measure of angle of any triangle. So this time, we will find the measure of the angles given the length of the 3 sides here. With that, we will use the equation cosine A is equal to B square plus C square minus A square all over 2BC. Another one, we have cosine B is equal to A square plus C square minus B square over 2AC. And for the third one, we have cosine C is equal to A square plus B square minus C square over 2AC. B. So let us start first with the first one. If you were asked to find the measure of angle A, remember that we need to add the square of the length of side B and C and subtract the square of the length of side A. Then divide it by 2 times the length of B and C. In this, since we are only asked to find the measure of this angle, then we can have this equation. A is equal to arc cosine B squared plus C squared minus A squared all over 2BC. Same with if we are asked to find the measure of angle B. The lengths are given, therefore we will have the sum of the square of the length of A and C minus the square of the length of side B divided by 2 times A and C. Since we are only asked to find the measure of angle B here, then let us have this equation. B is equal to arc cosine A squared plus C squared minus B squared all over 2AC. And for the last one, if you are asked to find the measure of angle C, then we will have the sum of the squares of the length of side A and B minus the square of the length of side C divided by 2AB. And we can find the measure of angle C using this equation. C is equal to arc cosine A squared plus B squared minus C squared all over 2AB. This time, let us use the following formulas to find the measure of the missing angle of the given oblique triangle. Let us have this example. In triangle ABC, A is equal to 6, B is equal to 7, and C is equal to 4. We are asked to find the measure of angle A and angle B to the nearest degree. So we have here the length of sides A, B, and C. Let us find first the measure of angle A. And since we have here angle A, then let us use the equation cosine A is equal to B squared plus C squared minus A squared over 2BC, in which measure of angle A can be solved by A is equal to arc cosine B squared plus C squared minus A squared divided by 2BC. This time, let us substitute the length of side A, B, and C so that we can solve for the measure of angle A. Length of side A is equal to 6. Length of side B is 7, and length of side C is equal to 4. Therefore, we will have arc cosine 7 squared plus 4 squared minus 6 squared divided by 2 times 7 times 4. And this one is equal to 49 plus 16 minus 36 divided by 56. Let us add and subtract this expression. Therefore, we will have A is equal to arc cosine 29 over 56. You may use your scientific calculator to solve for this one. Therefore, the measure of angle A is equal to 59 degrees. If you were to use the scientific calculator, you may have this expression. Simply press it to your scientific calculator and you will obtain the same answer here, in which measure of angle A is equal to 59 degrees. This time, let us find the measure of angle B. Since we are asked to find the measure of angle B, then our equation will be cosine B is equal to A squared plus C squared minus B squared over 2AC, in which measure of angle B can be solved using arc cosine A squared plus C squared minus B squared over 2AC. This time, let us substitute the length of side A, length of side C, and length of side B, as well as here, length of side A and length of side C. Therefore, we will have arc cosine 6 squared plus 4 squared minus 7 squared all over 2 times 6 times 4. Therefore, we will have here 36 plus 16 minus 49 over 48. Let us add and subtract this expression. Therefore, we will have 3 over 48. In which, if we press this to our scientific calculator, we can find out that measure of angle B is equal to 86 degrees. From here, you may directly input it to your scientific calculator, then you will obtain measure of angle B, which is equal to 86 degrees as well. So that's it for the law of cosine. Remember that law of cosine is used when the given triangle is an oblique triangle and the length of the two sides are given as well as the measure of the included angles, or if the length of the three sides are given. That's it for our tutorial. Thank you for watching. See you again in my next video. Bye!